Motorhead Garage, presented by DragonfireTools.com, coming to you from the Campbell's Custom Care Studio.
This is Motorhead Garage, presented by DragonfireTools.com.
We talk all the time here on Motorhead Garage about performance. You want to make you go faster, perform better? Well, nothing's more important than stopping the vehicle.
Absolutely right.
And Bill, this 64 Ford Galaxy is a great car. It's also a boat, and it came with drum brakes.
Absolutely, yeah.
It had drum brakes on it until we got it in here. Why are drum brakes bad?
Well, drum brakes are inadequate for today's standards. You get a lot of modern cars that have much better performance to them, so they stop a lot faster. And the old drum brakes, they're very inconsistent in how they stop. You can stop right, you can stop to the left, but you're usually never stopping straight.
We've all done that. You're wrestling with it as you slow down. So the natural progression then is to throw disc brakes on the vehicle.
Absolutely.
And the way that's been in the past, you're just kind of Frankensteining it.
Yeah. So a lot of people use junkyard parts or parts from different vehicles to put a kit together on their vehicle, which may or may not have been sized right for that application. And then they try to put a booster and master cylinder together, and then they call us because half the things aren't working right together.
And us is lead brakes.
Yes.
And you guys offer kits that people can just buy and bolt on.
Yeah, absolutely. So we try to make it as simple as possible for the consumer. Complete drum to disc brake conversion kits with all the nuts, bolts, hardware, bearings, seals, brake lines, booster, master, everything that they need in one kit to bolt on.
What kind of range are we talking with vehicles?
So we do a lot of Mopar applications, full-size Ford, Mustangs, Camaros, Chevelles, all the GM AFX body kits, some C10 applications.
Very cool. Let's talk about the fit. They're all model specific.
Yes, absolutely. It's all direct fit applications, so nothing's universal. There's usually no cutting, welding, or drilling. It's all bolt on. And we do a wide range of product. If you got a Y-block engine or an FE motor for this specific car, we have different boosters and masters that clear different engine components as well.
It's all bolt on. Is there anything tricky about the installation?
Nope, no, nothing at all. We even give you brake lines so you don't have to do any cutting and flaring.
If I'm having trouble with anything, what can I do?
You can give us a call. Our tech line is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and they'll walk you through anything. If it's our parts or not, we'll talk about what you have going on in your vehicle to make it safe for you to drive.
And we've got the standard kit here on the Galaxy. You've got some upgrades available as well.
Yes, yeah. So we do some black powder coat, red powder coat, our Max Grip XDS cross-drilled and slotted rotors with a magnet zinc coating on them, and braided hoses as well.
Excellent. This is the booster and master cylinder that's actually in the Galaxy.
Yep, absolutely.
And this comes together.
Yes.
Why do you guys do that?
So we pre-assemble everything to make it easy for the customer, so there's no guesswork on push rod lengths or how the system goes together. We put a card in between the booster and master cylinder because the master cylinder has to come off to be bench bled in order to get all the air out of the master cylinder, then reinstalled back on the power brake booster. But we try to ship everything pre-assembled so that it's much easier for the customer to install.
Performance is going to improve, the safety is going to improve, and you're going to love it. Find them at leadbrakes.com. You know, I am a storage nut. So when I see a new storage idea, I jump all over it, and this is one of them. This is a Lev Rack, Ryan.
Yeah.
You came up with this a few years ago. What was the inspiration?
Yeah, basically our shop is on a farm in Nebraska, and we needed a parts room on the shop floor essentially. So we loved the idea of a mobile aisle system, but we didn't like the tracks in the floor that were in existing systems. So we kind of use pallet racking as the frame. So it's all top down. You don't have to deal with gravel or dust or anything in a track in the floor because it's all overhead, but basically just maximizing your square footage of your shop because it's important, right, for other stuff. So this is all in one, basically a parts room on the shop floor is the idea behind it.
And not only you're maximizing the space, you're maximizing the stuff you may already have on hand.
Exactly, yeah. You're using pallet racking as you would overhead with a lot of capacity. And this is our 8-foot wide system. So it's our 8 wide, 7 tall, 3 foot deep. Total capacity of the system is around 9,500 pounds. And that puts each one of these rated at 800, and then you still have a decent amount of capacity overhead for engine blocks, tires and wheels, whatever that you would store up there essentially.
What are the different sizes?
So we have 4 spans, so 7, 8, 10, and 12, and then we do a 30-inch depth, a 36, and a 48. So there's just kind of across the board, and we also drop into existing pallet racks. So if you had a wall of racking, utilizing this head-down space is a key, because most of the time this level of pallet racking at your waist just becomes a catch-all. You can't reach it, it's 3 or 4 foot deep, so this is just utilizing that space better and providing you kind of with a ton of different options as well inside.
Let's talk about those options here. 4 shelves come standard in each of the units.
Correct, yeah. They ship with 4 completely adjustable shelves. Each one will hold 200 to 250 pounds. But then we also go into some accessories. This is one of our more popular accessories. It's a drawer kit. It's just basically a toolbox style drawer that locks in when it closes. We also have the slat wall here on display that integrates directly into the teardrop. As you can see, it just pops in 6-inch sections. That's an aluminum slat wall, so it gives you more capacity for tools and all that stuff.
Cool, and we'll look at the next section here. You've got a couple other accessories that you've come up with, and I'm sure you listen to your users
Yes.
and find out what their needs are.
For sure, for sure. So one of them is going to be this, we call it a bucket shelf. So it's a recessed shelf. It's a single piece, but it gives you the ability to move these and adjust them back and forth and store aerosols or whatever you need to compartmentalize, essentially organize better. It gives you that option. Then we have just a hanger rod here. So whether it's for your garage at home where your wife kicks you out of the house and your gear goes in the garage, or for guys at work where they're storing their work jackets and stuff, welding gear, whatever, just gives you a nice option to hang stuff.
Excellent. We'll go check out the workbench
for
over
sure.
here. First of all, the hook here from your friends.
Oh, yeah.
Gator hook.
Yeah.
And you can put those anywhere.
For sure. It's all about maximizing space. The bench for us is kind of a newer option. We call them workstations. Essentially, again, it's all around pallet rack. So you still have the pallet rack frame. We have 4-foot and 8-foot options. So either one, we call it the plus. So the overhead is the workstation plus. Fully adjustable bench, but again, super simple. If you don't want it or if it's in the way, you can pop it apart. Completely boltless application. Throw it in the corner if you don't need it. Put it back on when you need it. So it's just the flexibility.
And super simple to install. 2 guys put this together in about 10 or 15 minutes. It doesn't get any easier than that. You can revolutionize the way you work. You can revolutionize the way you store stuff. Check them out at levrack.com.
Keep it right here. More Motorhead Garage presented by DragonfireTools.com just around the corner.